I get to talk to a lot of law firm owners who specialize in family law. Often I get asked this question: what's the best marketing tactic for getting more prospective clients? Invariably, for the long term, search engine optimization is the best marketing tactic, and the reason for that is most consumers, when they need a lawyer, according to numerous studies, including more recent studies by Clio, I think something like 69%, over 2/3 of all consumers, will go to Google looking for a lawyer who specializes in family law or any other consumer type of law. Now, where do they go on Google? Most people will usually skip over ads and will go to organic search results, which are just below ads. Doesn't make ads not valuable, it's just that 5 to 10% of all people will click on the ads, and the other 90-95% won't. They will just skip over and go to those organic search results. Search engine optimization is responsible, when done correctly, for bringing your website up top on page 1 so that when people need a lawyer who specializes in family law will actually find you. Now, SEO is definitely not a do-it-yourself project, so you want to hire a professional, high-performance marketing company that would do it for you. But this video, I am going to unpack some of the major elements of SEO, so when you are hiring or interviewing rather marketing companies for the job of working on SEO for you, you know what questions to ask. By the way, down below, download a checklist that I have personally created that you should use when interviewing marketing companies, so you ask them the right questions and pick the best marketing company that your money can buy. It's super important. I talk to so many lawyers who, what we refer to as non-virgin clients, meaning they have hired other marketing companies in the past and they were very disappointed with the results that they got. So it's important to ask the right questions to understand whether what you're hiring is quality vendor or not such a great quality vendor. Mediocre and subpar marketing companies will devastate your business because they will not only not deliver the results that or they will not only take the money that you spend with them, but they will not deliver the results that you're after. So those prospects, those prospective clients will end up going to your competition, which is really devastating as you're spending the money, but not getting the results while your competition is growing fat. So, search engine optimization, super important subject. It is competitive. It's a marathon. It takes a while to show up on page 1, especially if your website is brand new and you're starting from ground zero, or even if your website has been around for some time but was never properly optimized for search. How long does it take to start getting significant traction? Could be a quarter, could be 2 quarters. If you're starting from ground zero, it could be 3 to 4 quarters until you start getting actually substantial volume of leads. Why does it take so long? Because everyone wants to be there. Everyone wants to be found on page 1. So it's very competitive. It is a serious fight that should be left up to professionals, marketing professionals who really specialize in SEO. Now, here are the main aspects of SEO that you should be aware of. Number 1, it starts with a competitive great website. What's a competitive great website? It's one that looks great, that's a given. It's one that performs really well. It's fast on upload, and it's one that delivers excellent user experience, meaning it gives people the information that they want in a very easy way to consume. So all of those elements are incredibly important for your website. Make sure that when you are looking for a marketing company, they're also capable of producing competitive great websites. Number 2, other aspects of SEO. Content. Google helps people find relevant information. Relevant information is content on your website, so you got to make sure that you have relevant content on the website. In fact, your website should be an authoritative source that has more and more relevant content than your competitors do. And when I talk about competitors, I'm not even talking about just other law firms who are in your geographical market going after the same clientele. No, I'm talking about any website that has similar information to your website. The more and more relevant information your website has, the higher it's going to rank in Google, all other factors held constant. Next. By the way, how does Google know whether you have more and more relevant information? It knows that by measuring 2 data points primarily. One data point is dwelling time, how much time on average people spend on your website. The second one is how many pages they visit. So all other factors held constant. If a typical user would spend 2 minutes and 17 seconds on your website and visit 4 pages, And when they go to a competing website, they spend 3 minutes and 5 seconds and visit 6 pages. That will tell Google that their website has more and more relevant information than your website. Thus, Google will start ranking their website higher for that search, and they will end up getting more people to the site, which should lead to more clients. So super important to have more and more relevant content. Next, aside from the highly optimized website, you need to make sure other aspect of SEO is that your name, your company's name, your company's address, and the phone number is consistent across numerous directories. Typically, we optimize 70 to 100 different directories for our law firm clients. Why is that important in year 2022 when I'm recording this video? Because Google in itself is a giant directory and it really cares about correct information. So it draws information from other directories and it wants to see all of that information being consistent. Next element of SEO, believe it or not, are reviews. Reviews, especially those that are placed on Google, in your Google business profile. Google relies on those reviews because Google knows that Google users, people who search for information, and companies, law firms like yours, are relying on that information. Because of that, your reviews are a big aspect of SEO. The more reviews you have in comparison to your competition, the higher your website is going to rank. That's why it's so important. Last but not least, backlinks. Backlinks are simply third-party websites contextually referring back to your website through backlinks. So if I go to another website and I read about some aspect of family law, and there's a link to your website, if that content is on a good third-party website, that link is worth its weight in gold, figuratively speaking. You click on that link, you end up going to your website. The more of those clicks happen on third-party websites with people ending up on your website, the better, because those websites lend their reputation to your website. Your high-performance marketing company should be setting up all of those things for you. Now, here are the common mistakes that we often see law firms and law firm owners make when selecting or when doing search engine optimization. Number one, hiring cheap, aka bad marketing companies to do it. SEO is very competitive and it's incredibly labor intensive. If a marketing company is offering you search engine optimization services for $500 or $1,000 or $1,500 a month, rest assured, it is highly unlikely that they're going to produce significant results for you. In fact, it is highly unlikely that they're going to produce any results for you because you're simply paying for too little labor to deliver the results that you're after. Typically, you will see high-performance marketing teams charge over $4,000 a month for SEO. You may say, my goodness, that's a lot of money. But think about the cost benefit. Let's imagine that you do spend $50,000 a year on SEO. Compare that to each client, let's say having a lifetime value of $5,000. So you would need 10 clients to break even. Anything over 10 clients would be profit, gross profit anyway. Imagine if a high-performance marketing team delivers not 5, not 10, not 15, not 20, but let's say 50 new clients per year at a value of $5,000 each, that's $250,000. If you invest 50 grand and get $250,000 in return, as a gross return, that's a terrific return of 5 to 1. Over time, that return should be increasing. That ratio of what you're investing in comparison to what you're getting out should be improving. Important to know. So, the main mistake that most law firms make is hiring cheap marketing companies. The second one, inconsistency. Often we see this once law firms get really busy, they dial down their budget and the efforts that are being put into SEO. SEO is a marathon that is always supposed to be run. You cannot stop SEO without seeing diminishing returns. Got to make sure that that effort is very consistent. The last one, ignoring reviews. It is your job, it is not your marketing company's job to ask your former clients for reviews. The more reviews you have, the better. Think about it this way. Let's imagine that you have 12 reviews and your competitor has 300 reviews. All other factors held constant, would I, your prospective client, consider hiring you over them or them over you? Obviously, them over you because you have 300 reviews and you have 12. That's super important to make that part of your discipline, to ask your clients for reviews every single time. Think about everything that you just learned, download the checklist, interview 3 to 5 marketing companies that specialize in SEO for law firms, and get them going. You should see tremendous results within the next 3 to 12 months.